Is UAP whistleblower protection coming soon? Is it going to happen? Well, Tim Burchett, he is proposing some new stuff to protect whistleblowers, finally. Now, fine and dandy. Could it happen? Should it happen? Well, here's the actual post. Thank you to UAP James for posting this one. Representative Tim Burchett has introduced whistleblower legislation to protect federal personnel for disclosing the use of taxpayer money to evaluate UAP material. H.R. 5060 is co-sponsored by Rep. Anna Polina Luna. So here you go, H.R. 5060 to provide whistleblower protection to federal personnel for disclosing the use of federal taxpayer funds to evaluate or research identified anomalous phenomena material and for other purposes. So what this means to me is that they are getting frustrated with the fact of what the video that we saw, that we posted on Friday, which is essentially one of the main reasons they can't get anybody to testify is because there's no protection for these whistleblowers in order to do so, whether it is losing money from their jobs, losing health insurance, losing all these different things, no more payments, people harassing them, doing these things. There's no protection for them. It's why when Danny Sheehan was talking about Jay Stratton, that they wanted to get him to testify, it's like, yeah, there's no protection. Danny Sheehan said as much. He said that's one of the main things that Jay Stratton said. It's one of the things that Lukatsky said about the reason why he wouldn't testify at the last one. And we've talked about that so many times. So this is a good step, that because it seems like both Luna and Burchett, who are running this thing, or at least in the forefront, couple that with Burleson and a few others, but like you have them that were like, look, we can't get anybody, and we're not going to get anybody unless we can make sure there's protection. And there's lots of people who are saying this thing. You can't just keep saying, well, we know why they won't testify, because, well, what are you going to do about it? You got a chance because you guys are in the power seats and you're paying attention to all this stuff. Then make a move. Burchett says, okay, I'll make a move. Now, whether or not they can get this to pass and whether or not they can actually get funds for these people is your guess is as good as mine, because it comes down to the same old thing that I am. Well, who's going to block it? And who's got a better seat than the two of them that can block it in the way that it was Mike Turner had helped block the UAPDA thing and other, or not block it, but just water it down or whatever it might be. Who are in those seats that's going to say, no. But what encourages, or gets me encouraged a little bit, is the fact that out of all these people who speak, Burchett is pretty skeptical and usually is like, nothing's gonna happen. A lot of times he'll say these things. Gosh, golly, I don't think anything's gonna happen. Yeah, just knocking on glass or whatever he says. The fact that he's running it and the fact that he's saying, look, we need to do this, maybe he feels like it could happen, because maybe he wouldn't feel that he could actually make it work, or think he could move, so he wouldn't even try it and waste time. But if someone said to him, hey, look, why can't we get these people to testify who've actually worked in these programs? We ain't got any doggone protection for them. It's like, so get protection for them. What do you need? You got to put some stuff into play. Let's do it. And maybe that's just an optimistic hope that that's going to happen, but that's how it happened, rather. But the fact that both he and Luna are the ones that are running this, they're frustrated. They're tired of just getting people going, hey, I saw something in the sky and I'm pretty sure I know what it was. When they have heard all these people talking outside on podcasts and other things, and yet they won't talk to them. Maybe they talk to them in skiffs or other things, but they won't talk in front of Congress. And they said, why? Because my job's at stake. I'm going to lose money. Is this, if, again, taking the optimistic side of you here, if they decide that this is something that should happen, that it's voted upon, and they say yes, and they get protection, this opens the door for a lot of people, and it also calls, I guess, would potentially call bluffs to a lot of people. We say, okay, look, We got you the protection. You're going to have your salary. You're not going to lose anything. You're going to be protected here. You have this, you have everything you need. Let's go. If those people say no now, not now, but should this pass, should they get protection, well, then it starts to go towards them going, well, wait a minute, put up or shut up at this point, because you said what you needed. They got you what you needed. What's the deal? And I would point my finger first at Lukatsky, because he's the one who said there's no incentive for me to do this right now. I just can't. Well, is this going to be the incentive? I wonder. I am, again, very just skeptical, because I just feel like, okay, yeah, we're making these potential moves to protect them, but I feel there's a reason why they haven't been protected in the first place. But as the movement goes bigger and bigger, then maybe the teams change, and it's okay. The people who used to be going like this, saying no, 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 maybe now those people are starting to say, hey, what can we do to make this happen? Maybe it's changing in the guard. I don't know. I like to go optimistic on this one, because I think it's a step in the positive, in the right direction. What do you guys think of this? Do you think that this is something that is solid step in the right direction? Do you think this is something that is just, hey, it's just another thing that they're gonna kind of put into motion to make pass and nothing's gonna happen? Or is it actually gonna be the start of getting people in front of Congress under oath, saying they worked on these programs, they've done other things, as it says in this post here, to the fact that to provide whistleblower protections. We went over the protections. The federal personnel for disclosing the use of federal taxpayers' funds to evaluate or research unidentified anomalous phenomena material and for other purposes. Burchett's been very vocal about the money that has been spent to research these things and how it's been undetected. And that's probably another thing that they would wind up trying to do, is to, with this testimony and these people, well, where's this money going? And that could be maybe his strongest play, to say, we got to find out where this money is going. We got to find out if there indeed is this thing, where's it going? But that's, again, where my skeptical brain goes, yeah, well, if that's the case and people who do have power seats don't want that money found, then you ain't getting any protection for these whistleblowers. But like I said, it's just a matter of what's the team look like? What's the team priority? Are there people who actually want to now expose this? Because there's clearly some people inside of the government that want to. But we'll see. Again, what do you make of it? Put your thoughts in there. Let me know. Thanks for being here each and every day with me. I try to do at least 5 videos a week, and I'm trying to do a little bit more, but put your thoughts in there, comments, do all that. If you want to support the channel, you want to keep the channel going, I always recommend sponsors that I like. And the sponsor we have on today's show is PrizePicks. It's football season. I'm excited for it. So I'll tell you about it, and then hopefully you get it for yourself. Use my code. All right, here you go. This episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. So you and I make decisions every day, but PrizePicks, being right, can get you paid. That's what we want. Don't miss any of the excitement this season. Go to PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. So, football coming up. For me, I know sometimes I should wait with the Giants, but I'm always looking for that magic, and they're gonna bring it this year. So for me, that's what I'm always looking at. I'm always looking at the Giants and looking for things that can happen. And for me, I have been very beneficial with certain things when it comes to PrizePicks. It's pretty fun. It's simple, to be honest with you. And you can highlight some of your favorite players, and it's pretty great. So you can do something, whether it's, hey, so-and-so is going to have more or less than 1 rushing touchdowns. There's going to be more or less than 2.5 passing touchdowns. So, and you can pick the player and you can go that way. It's pretty amazing. So PrizePicks, it's simple to play. You just pick more or less on, 2 to 6 players, stat projections. If you get your picks right, you can cash in. PrizePicks invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. Download the app today and use that code Kristian to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code Kristian to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, It is good to be right.